All right, baby. Trade recap. I gotta make this one quick. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of busy today, but today was an interesting day, man. To be honest, it was a very interesting day. So, going into the day, let's start from the higher time frames. So, I normally would look at the monthly, but the monthly doesn't tell me anything. I don't think the weekly really told me anything either. No, but for me, in my opinion, if we do continue to push bullish, this is the first standard deviation off the monthly manipulation leg. So first standard deviation here. That's what I'd want to see booked. That would be my target if we're pushing up. When we're at all-time highs and there's no price action to the left, obviously you have to use standard deviation. So if we keep going up, that's going to be my next target. But today, I did originally kind of want to be bearish, and I'll show you why. First reason, as you guys all know, new day opening gap on ES. Look how we just beautifully displaced off that. Oh, we didn't even take all-time highs on ES yet. Interesting. Okay. But yeah, all-time highs on our new day opening gap, new week opening gap on ES. So I was looking to see that get filled. It wasn't filled yet at open. And on top of that, I was wanting to see Asia's low get grabbed. So that was like the bare minimum, because we already took previous day's high here. We took previous day's high on ES as well. So I kind of just assumed that, well, when you take previous day's high, your next draw on liquidity typically is going to be previous day's equilibrium, and then from there potentially previous day's low. So I at least wanted to see Asia's low because it was unswept, but we didn't end up getting that. I really didn't anticipate us really being bullish, but 1 hour breaker, 1 hour for value gap ended up holding. Then on the 15 minute there wasn't any SMTs, but we left these equal lows here. So before I got in any trade, the first thing I wanted to see is what we would do at OTE of this leg. We destroyed OTE and took this high within the first 4 minutes of market open. So to be honest, I almost was like, I'm not even going to take a trade. But it ended up becoming clear that we were going to go for all-time highs. But first target for me was this. I put this here just in case, but it didn't end up mattering. First target for me was this high within this imbalance. It was the next major level of liquidity, and it was the only real imbalance on this price leg. So if we absolutely destroy this high, my assumption is we're going to come for the next imbalance. So that's what was on watch. For me, I was just waiting for the macro. So going into the macro, we formed this 1 minute fair value gap, which is actually a BPR. So I'll mark the BPR. And this push down here was a push into a 5 minute fair value gap, and tapped into this high, which is a breaker. So 5 minute fair value gap breaker, got some displacement, created relative equal highs with my first target, then pulled back. This 1 minute fair value gap was like a no-brainer to me. If I lost because we wanted to get a deeper retrace, I would have been fine with that, because order flow wise, it made logical sense for us to long here. And it was right before the macro, like literally a minute before the macro. So got in anticipating the macro. Got in anticipating the macro to deliver us to my draw on liquidity, which was short term right here. Had stops here, so cool little 2.5 risk to reward. I don't even know. I don't think I did. I definitely lost some profits, because if you traded Top Step X today, you saw the glitch, bro. When this hit, my limit orders didn't fill and I couldn't close my position. So we just kept running, and then eventually everything went back to normal. My position closed, but when I came back, I had a sell order open, like up here. So it took some profits away, and I'm not sure if I got extra profits from this run. I doubt I did. But this was the first trade. Nothing crazy. Time and price alignment, kind of beautiful, to be honest. Then what happened was I wanted to see how deep we would retrace. So the range that I'm watching is this low to this high, because that was the range that we put in. Originally it was here. So I was originally wanting to see the 0.5 of that, but then I look at the 1 minute. We have this fair value gap, we have this order block, and if we did fail, if this order block did fail, I wouldn't necessarily be worried. Honestly, I probably would have limit ordered the equilibrium of this range if we did. But yeah, it would make sense, since we're so close to all-time highs. We're very bullish. We obviously want all-time highs. It would make sense if this order block and this fair value gap held. So that's just what I was waiting for. I wanted some sort of confirmation coming off of that. I ended up entering somewhere and got break-even stopped. I believe it was this fair value gap. Yeah, it was this fair value gap. So I got in here. Once we got this displacement, cleared this high, I'm break even with it. There's no reason for me, in my opinion, to keep holding. when we get that kind of displacement, because more often than not, that would lead to all-time highs getting grabbed, but in this case scenario it didn't, so I got hornswoggled. And then I ended up re-entering. I just felt confident about the trade still. I felt like order flow wise it still made sense that the last thing that we would do is fill this gap, because we already went up, pulled back into internal liquidity, filled this gap, mitigated this order block, then got displacement again. The last thing that was really left before all-time highs that would make sense is this imbalance. So I turtle suit with like a third of my position here, so I wasn't in my full position yet. Had stops here, and then I added more to my position, but it was on the second charts because I'm on top step X. I believe it was somewhere around here. So, and then all-time highs got grabbed. I got all out. I don't think it makes sense to hold past all-time highs, in my opinion. It's just a very, very safe TP. I know a guy who didn't TP at all-time highs and got stopped at break-even. So, I don't know. To me, it just always makes sense. If we're at all-time highs, I'm definitely going to TP at all-time highs, at least half or majority of my position. But yeah, I was all out there, and those are the only trades I took today. For the rest of the day, just because it's still a no-news Monday, you know what I mean? We got good price action, but it's still a no-news Monday. I wouldn't anticipate price being good at all, and the only way that I would probably take a trade is, if we pulled, if I'm looking for a pull back to equilibrium of this range, but I wouldn't even like that, to be honest. It doesn't feel clean when it's a no news Monday, but we do have SMT with ES. Or if we completely obliterate OTE of this range, I would be looking for shorts to get to Asia low, relative equal lows at Asia's low. Those are the only two trades that I would even consider, and to be honest, I'm not even going to consider them. I'm done for the day. I'm anticipating price action to be absolutely atrocious. So, I'm chilling. I don't think there's a lot of news this week either, so it's going to be a interesting trading week. But, yeah, that's going to be it for me for today, for sure. I made a good amount on my live account, made a good amount on my challenge accounts, especially for No News Monday, so no need to force anything. That's it for me. Bro, why are they always making noise outside my window? Like, sometimes I just want to open my window, and you know that elbow move they do in the WWE? I just want to, like, run out my window and just bang! Like, right on their heads, bro, because they're always right behind my window. Like, you know I'm trying to make videos, bro. Woo! Anyways, yeah, man, that's the trade recap. Today's mentorship class is going to be how to set TPs, how to take profits, how to trail your stop losses appropriately, when to go break even. That's a pretty important class I didn't even plan on having, but I think it makes a ton of sense. So look forward to that coming tonight. Yeah!